How's it going, guys, and welcome to this live showdown between the Lizard People and the Vampire Counts. In this match, I think we're going to go with Krokar for our Lord. Mazda Mundi is definitely pretty strong. I mean, having Nets of Amnitok and Ruination of Cities and all that other stuff is very powerful, but I think in the Vampire Counts matchup, you really need that stopping power for the Terrorgeist. As such, we're going to go with Krokar. On top of that, let's go ahead and get a Skink Priest with Lore of Heavens. We're going to put him on the big Stegodon. Very powerful, obviously good at running through fodder units, and Graveguard and things like that, so hopefully he'll do pretty well. And again, I think the real kind of pinnacle of this matchup, or the really important variable, is being able to beat those Terrorgeist. As such, we're going to be using Harmonic Convergence and then also Curse of the Midnight Wind to debuff them. Cool, so that's going to be it for that. Let's also get a Sora Scar Veteran, because he's probably going to have 2 Terrorgeist plus a Zombie Dragon. So I'm going to need to be able to fight fire with fire. So let's go ahead and get these guys. Although those abilities are pretty good, but it does save me so much money. So maybe we cut this one, and Deadly Onslaught does give a lot of good stats, so I think we'll keep that for now. For our main army, we probably want to get a Revivification Crystal just to kind of layer up on that healing. And as far as other monstrous units go, I think that can probably be it. So let's get a couple groups of Temple Guard just to kind of be our main force. And it's a pretty narrow army right now, man. Maybe I just cut the Revivification Crystal. Yeah, I guess I could cut that for now. Let's go ahead and get another one of these guys. And do I want to get any Cold One Knights or any other shenanigans like that? I think I need a little bit more support. I mean, we could just go like full on ridiculous and get like a couple, just 4 groups of Temple Guard, but I guess in the back we could get some of these Sora Spears, and we don't have too much money left, so I could just, you know what, I think we're just going to go Temple Guard. So we're going to kind of treat it like that Chosen build. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if this is the optimal way to deal with it, but I feel like it's a bit straightforward for sure. I don't know. It was a bit of a last-second pick, but we'll see if it can work out, and hopefully he does bring the double Terrorgeist build, because that's kind of the meta counter against these guys. I'm sorry, let me raise my chair real quick. I'm like falling off it here. Yeah, so I think that like when I play Warriors of Chaos, I really like to use like Chosen with Halberds and then just put like Kolek on top of them and just kind of out-attrition them. So I'm going to see if it'll work out in this matchup. I haven't played the Lizardmen in some time. I think going a little bit wider probably would have been smarter, honestly, and maybe getting a Revivification Crystal and then maybe just getting like Saurus Warriors, even with Spears, would have allowed me to get a lot more stuff. But, you know, I didn't have the most time in the world, so hopefully it works out, and we'll see what happens, guys. All right, cool. So let's get our big Angry Dino posse ready to party. So we're going to get our Temple Guard right here, just get the 4 groups of them, and my army must be so small. Yeah, 303. So he's pretty wide himself. That's what she said. And we're going to put these guys right here. Let's go ahead and get Krokar. He can be partying here, the Sora Scar Veteran, and then also we can put this guy right here. So we do have a little bit of a ballista action, which is nice. So if he is up in the air, that's one of the main reasons I like to get this guy. And honestly, we probably could have gotten Krokar. You know, just get Krokar. We get a Skink Priest here. We get, or a Skink Chief. So we get 2 Skink Chiefs. And then on top of that, you would want to get, I'm trying to remember what that other unit is. I'm totally blanking. Yeah, the Feral Carnosaurs. The Feral Carnosaurs are really strong. They do rampage, but again, if you keep them near Krokar and out of like harm's way, they'll typically be able to, you know, fight the appropriate target. So, all right, so let's get these guys kind of pop locked and ready to go, and let's do it to it. So Krokar is very strong. Obviously, the Terrorgeist form, we got to watch out for that. And Sora Scar Veteran is also a beast as well. We do have a couple layers of Cold Bloods. We don't have the Revivification Crystal, but we have a very elite infantry core. So if he tries to go with like Cryptors or anything like that, or, you know, any big monsters targets, these guys are going to really excel. And honestly, they're a little bit too tanky for like low tier Vampire Counts units to work against. We do have to watch out for the Mortis Engine. The Mortis Engine is something that we're going to need to, you know, be putting a lot of pressure on and just trying to deal with, and, you know, hopefully it'll go well for us. So let's see what happens, guys. But yeah, the Sora Scar Veteran, I think his stats are a little bit lower. So he's 38, 40, and 480 compared to the 52, 40, and 540. But they do both have a bonus versus large, if I'm not mistaken. So double Terrorgeist, I think. No, it's actually just 1 Terrorgeist. So this is another variant of the build you do see. So you see a Terrorgeist and a Red Duke, and then you also see a bunch of Blood Knights. But I think that our build is pretty conducive to dealing with this, because again, we have so many Temple Guards. So as long as we just make sure Krokar and our other, you know, high-value dinosaurs don't get caught out in the open by Blood Knights, we should be fine. Again, I haven't played Lizardmen in so long. I usually like to play the Haggard faction. So if someone's like really, you know, powerful, I don't really like to play them too much, to be honest. So we're going to keep those Temple Guard back there. We can just kind of wait here, and you can see we're getting some really good fire already. So we're going to put Krokar over here in case he decides to get a little bit fancy. And we do have Hand of the Gods, so we can get a little bit wild. He's probably going to try and get a couple breath attacks on us, which is totally cool. But we're getting some really good damage on the Duke, actually. So let's go ahead and advance right here. We can advance here. We want to keep our guys like as tightly knit as possible. We can keep these guys in the back, just protecting the big Stegodon, and he can kind of keep shooting the Red Duke. All right, so let's get you guys in here. There is a Corpse Cart, so we can definitely kind of push through and work on the Corpse Cart, but we're going to kind of make sure to stay pretty close with Krokar. It looks like he's going to be landing on Temple Guard, which is a bold move, Cotton. So let's go ahead and give them Harmonic Convergence, which is going to be pretty helpful in kind of augmenting their strength. We do have Krokar over here, so he can see if he can get on the Red Duke. And look how much damage he's taking just from fighting those guys. So we're going to pull the Scar Veteran back here. And yeah, so far everything's going to code for the most part. The Red Duke is getting a little bit hog wild, but I think we're definitely coming out ahead on that trade, I would say. So if we can collapse on him right here, we can definitely do a ton of damage. We're going to get in with those double dinosaurs and oh man, that is not good for my fun. So let's go ahead and switch here. And since he's committing to the fight, we're going to pop Harmonic Convergence to kind of lower their stats. So let's get these guys, make sure they're focusing him. And the Temple Guard are probably going to go screen these guys. I'm not sure where he's going to go, so we're just going to kind of stay in the middle. This one formation on the far side might take a bit of damage, but I think we should be okay. So the Red Duke's definitely taking some work, so let's go ahead and keep shooting him with the Ballista, and we can grab our other 2 big dinosaurs, make sure to focus that Terrorgeist for now. And yeah, and my apologies guys, I just got a new mechanical keyboard, so I know it might be a little bit loud. I just noticed that it was a little bit noisy here. So we're going to pull back through, and anytime Blood Knights are going to be pressuring, you just fall back on top of your Temple Guard, and then you re-engage from there. And the Red Duke, of course, is taking a bunch of damage, but we're just going to save that Wind Blast for, a very kind of clutch point in the battle. So let's re-engage on those Terrorgeists now that we have the support of those Temple Guard. And also, the Stegodon, I think we wanted to keep shooting at the Red Duke because he's almost dead, and we can cast a Wind Blast right down this formation right here. I think that should be pretty good. We probably could have overcasted it, but I think that'll do the trick. So, yeah, it was okay. It was a little bit underwhelming, but for the most part, I think it worked out well. So his Terrorgeist is going down right here, definitely taking quite a bit of damage. Our Stegodon is getting some great damage on the Red Duke up there in the air, and the Blood Knights are trying to get around, but we're just standing right on top of these Temple Guard. And every time we overextend and get past the Temple Guard, we simply just fall back. So we can just fall back like this. We can keep Krokar engaged because he's not really taking much damage. Let's go ahead and pop some visibilities. We've been very, very conservative. Let's actually pull him back, and I think we can do a bombardment ability. So we're going to try and pop the Duke out of the sky with the Hand of the Gods if we can. So let's pull Krokar back through. Come on, get out of there, buddy. I really, really want this finish. It's always one of the best ways to finish the game. So we're going to pop Hand of the Gods right here. Let's see if I can get him. Let's pull the Stegodon out of the way so we don't kind of... Oh, yes. Oh, the glory. Oh, he didn't go down. All right, that's too bad. Well, our Scar Veteran here is taking a bit of work, so we're going to pull him back right now as well. Looks like he is going to be rampaging, though. So, oh man, that's so bad. And he does have LCF on him. So that's definitely a tough situation to be in. So let's actually pull the Stegodon in and see if we can kind of ramrod in there and save him. But the Red Duke is very, very low. Yeah, we probably should just continue to keep shooting him here. We do have these Terrorgeists, so let's... Not Terrorgeists, but these Temple Guards. So let's pull them up and around the back and see if we can get in position here. And unfortunately, I think my Scar Veteran is going to probably route off here. So I think at the very least, let's actually target this Corpse Guard. Yeah, we can take out this Corpse Guard real quick. That's going to be nice. So we're going to go ahead and use the Cold Blood on him. Again, just kind of take advantage of that layering, and he should be able to heal up. And honestly, he might heal and give the Red Duke some trouble, if he does kind of rally here before the Red Duke's able to catch him. So let's start shooting him with the Ballista again, and I think we should be able to get back in it. So I'm tempted to go out there with Krokar. Let's actually see if we can get out there and maybe interrupt him a little bit. So he is taking that Ballista fire, has about 600 HP, and Krokar is coming in just pretty hot and heavy here. And this guy's up to 2,000 HP again, which is very good. So the Temple Guard in the back, a little bit lazy with those, but let's get them re-engaged on the Blood Knights, pull him back to the main fight, and it looks like the Scar Veteran is back online. He's rampaging, which is okay, but you know what? It is what it is. I totally forgot that one rampaged. I haven't played the Lizardmen in so darn long. I just didn't occur to me. So let's go ahead and take out the Corpse Guard. Our Temple Guard are going to be collapsing on the back of his forces. Let's go ahead and engage over here and make sure to take those guys out. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. I mean, the bounce fire is still even, but I really don't know what my opponent can do at this point. So we're just going to have this guy keep shooting at the Duke, putting him down to about 200 HP. Krokar should be able to kind of finish this off. Let's go ahead and pop the Sacred Spawning. And yeah, I guess we're not really impeded. It looks like he can keep shooting despite the fact that he's pretty surrounded here. So yeah, and down goes the Duke. And the Vampire counts, again, when they have a low tier army with zombies and skeletons and stuff like that, are going to be very dependent on their lords. We might try and snipe the Scar Veteran. I think he is. And we can just go ahead and rear charge him with Krokar. Pop another Cold Blood on him, which is a little bit risky because he is taking some damage, but honestly, I think we're going to be able to kill that Terrorgeist quick enough that we should be able to get away with it. So let's get him on the Corpse Guard, put him in melee, and we can overcast a Wind Blast right down this juicy formation. I think it's Blood Knight, so it's not going to do the most damage. Maybe we should just save up for a Curse of the Midnight Wind. I think that would be a little bit more prudent. All right, cool. So everything's going relatively to code. The Corpse Guard is taking a bit of damage, and Krokar is going to be manhandling this Terrorgeist. And it looks like the Scar Veteran has healed up. He's at about 2,500 HP, so I think he's healed about 400, give or take. So the Terrorgeist is almost down. The Corpse Guard's in pretty bad shape here. We can go ahead and pop Harmonic Convergence on Krokar because he is in a bit of a fight here. And it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the Vampire counts. So I guess it worked out pretty well. Just kind of taking advantage of the tankiness of our Temple Guard. And look at the damage our infantry could, they took nothing. I mean, 68 here, 69 models there, 66. I mean, this one group took a bit of a beating, but they were isolated out on the flank and were surrounded by a bunch of different troops and whatnot. And really, kind of the key thing in this matchup is bringing Temple Guard number one. I think they're very strong. I don't think this is the optimal build that I brought. I think that it's a little bit too narrow, and I think if Vampire counts had brought Manfred von Karstein and used Fate of Bune on some of my elite troops, or I don't know, it just feels like it could get taken out pretty effectively by some heavy magic or things like that. But I think bringing at least 2 or 3 Temple Guard is pretty good. The Skink Priest on the Stegodon is also good in melee because it can really help against Sternsmen and zombies, and just it's really big impact and just charging through fodder units seems to be pretty strong for sure. Yes. But I'm trying to think about what I would change, and yeah, my apologies, I forgot to turn Gimli off. I heard him in the background, a little trolling me. But Yeah, Krokar and a Saurus veteran. I definitely think if you're going to go with Krokar, or, and pretty much any of the big Lizardmen lords, you're going to need someone to protect him against Terragast and the Red Duke. So I think the Saurus veteran is up to the task. And also, Lore of Heavens is a very good augmentation. You can use Harmonic Convergence to buff him up, make his melee defense better, make him tankier. And of course, having the Temple Guard to stack on top of, I think is really, really essential there. But I'm trying to think what I would do differently. Maybe I would cut like 2 of the Temple Guard. I would get like some Saurus Spears, and then that would allow me to kind of diversify my build a little bit and get some other units to kind of support. I don't know though. It seemed to work out okay, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. So for my opponent's build, zombies and skeleton spears are really good. Stern's been solid. Yeah, I mean, this is very similar to the Helman Gorst main build that I use quite a bit. I usually use the Helman, well, I mean, I don't think Helman Gorst is competitive, but you guys have been seeing me use him quite a bit. I think having a Mortis engine would be really good. I think that's one thing that he's missing. I think having the Red Duke, Terrorgeist, cut one of these Blood Knights, grab a Mortis engine, because the Mortis engine is going to really augment the strength of your mass, like zombie and low tier unit hordes. It's going to be draining those, very elite Temple Guard down, and their, defensive stats aren't really going to be able to mitigate the damage from them. So I think if he had a Mortis engine in the main line for that really long, grindy fight, like all of my Temple Guard probably would have been at like 30 or 40%, if not like, push off the battlefield. So I think that would have been really good. I think having one group of Blood Knights is good, but honestly, I think like the double Terrorgeist is just exponentially stronger for sure. But aside from that, I liked his build quite a bit. So very well played to my opponent Zahir. Look forward to running into you again on ladder, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this Lizardman cast. Have an excellent night, guys, and take care.